Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will be looking at scheduling and matrix. This is under the topic important DILR. So, for this year's CAT 2023, this is one of the most important topics. If you look at the past year trends, you will realize that almost 30 to 40% of the questions are based on schedules. The way the arrangement has to be made depending upon the time of the day or maybe the days of a week. Okay, so you get a lot of questions based on those. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So let's start with our first set for the day. And all these sets have come in previous year exams of CATs at IFT. Okay, so, okay, fine. I'll have to hide myself. So there are three doctors, Dr. Ben, Dr. Kane, and Dr. Vaines visit a particular clinic Monday to Saturday to see patients. Dr. Ben sees each patient for 10 minutes and charges rupees 100. Dr. Kane sees each patient for 15 minutes and charges rupees 200. While Dr. Vaines sees each patient for 25 minutes and charges rupees 300. The clinic has three rooms numbered 1, 2, and 3, which are assigned to the three doctors as per the following table. So if you pay attention to the table, you will see that the room numbers are assigned on a particular day to a particular doctor, right? So room number 1 on Monday and Tuesday, room number 1 is assigned to Ben, and room number 2 is assigned to Ken, and room number 3 is assigned to Wayne. And there is a certain change for other pair of days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then it says clinic is open from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. every Monday to Saturday. That's 2.5 hours of working. On arrival, each patient is handed a number token indicating their position in the queue, starting with token number 1 every day. As soon as any doctor becomes free, the next patient in the queue enters that empty room for consultation. If at any time more than one room is free, then the waiting patient enters the room with the smallest number. For example, if the next two patients in the queue have token number 7 and 8, और रूम नंबर 1 and 3 आर फ्री, तो पेशेंट नंबर 7 1 में जाएगा. जो पहले आएगा, the one who enters first will enter the first smallest room number that is available, that is empty, and patient number 8 will enter room number 3. Okay, so there is really nothing we can draw here. There is really nothing that we have to conclude or answer. We'll need to straight away jump over to the questions. Okay, let me unhide myself now. Okay, let me see if is it visible. Sara is clear. I think I should change this a little up. ताकि सभी को दिखे. ठीक है? Okay, give me a second. Change it. Okay. So in the meantime, while I am doing a bit of formatting so that you guys can see and nothing is hidden because of the bottom bar. ठीक है. I think now it's better. The clinic is open from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. वो वाला part अब ऊपर आ गया. Right? Okay. So the question is, first one, what is the maximum number of patients that the clinic can cater to on any single day? You can see that there is no cannot be determined option. So no, none of these, which means if we pick a particular day, utna kafi hoga, right? So if you talk about Dr. Ben, right, he sees a patient for 10 minutes, right? And if you look at Dr. Kane, he sees a patient for 15 minutes. And if I look at Dr. Wayne, he sees a single patient for 25 minutes. Now the thing is, each of these doctors, they stay at the clinic for 2.5 hours, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. 2.5 hours would mean 150 minutes, right? So 150 minutes each doctor stays at the clinic. And assuming that the patients are continuously, there is an inflow of patients continuously, there is no waiting time for the doctor. So the moment a patient sees a doctor, the patient leaves and the next patient enters. Okay. So per patient, if each doctor takes these many minutes, while the total time that the doctors have is these many minutes, that means the number of patients that each doctor will be able to see is 150 by 10, that is 15 patients. 150 by 15, which will be 10 patients, and 150 by 25, which is going to be 6 patients. That means all the 3 doctors together can see 31 patients at most. So answer is going to be C. Right? Very straightforward, nothing to do with if we are dealing with the patients, or if you are considering the case for Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. This thing will not change, isn't it? The every day each doctor is going to sit for 2.5 hours, right? So C is going to be the answer. Next question. The queue is never empty on one particular Saturday. Which of the 3 doctors would earn the maximum amount in consultation charges on that day? हम लोगों ने अभी अभी देखा है. It doesn't depend on the day. The number of patients each doctor sees is going to remain same if there is continuous inflow of the patients. The amount that they are going to earn will depend on the number of patients that they see. So if I go back to the previous question, we see that Ben sees 15 patients, right? So Dr. Ben sees 15 patients. Dr. Kane sees 10 patients, and Dr. Wayne sees 6 patients, right? Now, Dr. Bain charges rupees 100 per patient, so he is going to earn 1500 rupees. Dr. Kane charges 200 rupees per patient, so he will charge 10 into 200, that is 2000 rupees. And Dr. Wayne charges 300 rupees per patient, so he is going to earn 6 into 300, which is 1800 rupees. Question is, which doctor will earn the maximum amount in consultation charge? So Dr. Kane is going to earn the maximum, 2000 rupees, right? So this question is a continuation of the previous one. Excuse me. Next question. Mr. Singh visited the clinic on Monday, Wednesday and Friday for a particular week. So there is some patient who visited the clinic on these 3 days, alternate Monday, Wednesday and Friday, arriving at 8:50 a.m. on each of the 3 days. His token number was 13 on all the 3 days. On which day was he at the clinic for the maximum duration? So forget about at what time he was. Let's see at what time he was allowed to see a doctor on each of the days. So if I look at Monday, okay, patient number 1, okay, whenever he arrives, obviously his token number was 13, Dr. Singh's, so that means 12 patients were before him. So patient number 1 is going to visit room number 1, right? So I will put that in bracket, and he is going to be there with Dr. Ben, and we are talking about Monday, right? So Dr. Ben wala case hai. So we are looking at this scenario. So with Dr. Ben, he is going to spend 10 minutes. Okay. Patient number 2 will enter room number 2, and he is going to be Dr. Ken, and he is going to be with him for 15 minutes. So I should only write 10 m and 15 m to minimize space, right? 10 m, 15 minutes. Patient number 3 obviously will enter Dr. Wayne's room, and he's going to be stuck there for 25 minutes. He's a slow doctor. Okay. Now, when the 4th patient comes in, the first room that is going to be vacant is going to be room number 1. So he goes there and he stays there for 10 minutes. Now, when the 5th patient comes in, he is going to be there for, he's going to enter room number 2, because that room is going to be vacant by that time he visits. So he's going to get stuck there for 15 minutes, 15 m, right? These are first 5 patients. Let's talk about the next 5 patients. Next patient, when he comes in or when he is about to enter, the first room that is going to get vacant is going to be room number 1 again, because the room number 1 is going to get empty after every 10 minutes. So at 9, 10, 9:20, at 9:20, this room is going to be empty. While room number 2 is now going to be empty at 9:30, 15 plus 15. And room number 3 is going to be vacant at 9:25. Only one patient has entered room number 3. So at 9:20, the fifth patient will enter, 10 minutes. Next, we will have the seventh patient, right? Seventh patient will enter room number 3 because that is empty in 25 minutes. Eighth patient will enter room number 2 because that is going to be vacant at 30 minutes. So he is going to be there for next 15 minutes. Acha, nahi. At 9:30, room number 1 as well as room number 2 both are going to be vacant simultaneously, isn't it? 10, 10 and 10 is 30, while 15 plus 15 is also 30. So patient number 8, when he enters, he sees room number 1 as well as room number 2 both vacant. He goes to the room number which is smaller in number first. So room number 1 jayega, and he is going to be there for 10 minutes now. Next. Patient number 9 will enter room number 2. He is going to be there for 15 minutes. Patient number 10 is going to enter room number 1. He is going to be there for 10 minutes. So 10:40 patient number 10 enters. Patient number 11 is going to enter at 10:45, and 10:45 is room number 2, which is going to be vacant. Patient number 12 is going to enter in room number 3, which is for 25 minutes. Because this is going to get vacant at 9:50, 9:25 plus 25. Okay? 9:40 was room number 1, 9:45 was room number 2. अच्छा, this is 9:50, right? 9:50 में अब दो options है हमारे पास. 9:50 में room number 1 is also vacant and room number 3 is also vacant. So patient number 2 will enter room number 1 because that's smaller number. He is going to be there for 10 minutes. And Mr. Singh is going to enter room number 3 and he will be there for 15 minutes. So he enters at 9:50. He is going to be there for 15 minutes and he is going to come out at 10:05. So Mr. Singh was there at 8:50 and he comes out of the clinic at 10:05. So he was there for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Right? Okay. So next we will check for Wednesday. Right? So for Wednesday, if we start checking, so I'm going to repeat on this. The first patient that will enter will be in room number, मैं इसको erase कर देता हूँ. I don't have enough space, so I'll have to rewrite. Better to erase and rewrite. So if you talk about Wednesday now, first patient will enter room number 1. He is going to be there with Dr. Wayne, which is 25 minutes. Then he enters room number 2, Dr. Ben, 10 minutes. And then room number 3, Dr. Wayne, 15 minutes. The first room that will get empty will be room number 2. So the next patient enters room number 2. He will be there for 10 minutes. The next room that gets vacant is room number 3. He will be there for 15 minutes. The next room that is going to get empty will be room number 2 again. 10 minutes and 10 minutes, that's 20 minutes. So ये हमारा 10 minutes के लिए चला जाएगा. The next room that is going to get empty will be room number 1. Patient will be there for 25 minutes. Then at 9:30, room number 2 as well as room number 3 both are going to be empty. They are going to be vacant. So the next patient will enter room number 2, numerically lesser number. Then next patient will enter room number 3, numerically lesser number. Then the next patient will enter room number 2 because that will be empty at 9:40. 9:40 to 9:50, this 10th patient enters. I mean, he is going to be there. At 9:45, we will have the next patient, which is patient number 11. He will enter room number 3 for 15 minutes. Now room number 1 and room number 2 both are simultaneously going to get vacant at 9:50, right? 25 is 9:50 and 10 5 times is also 9:50. Now between room number 1 and room number 2, room number 1 is by Dr. Wayne, who takes 25 minutes to consult a patient, and in room number 2 we have Dr. Bain, who takes 10 minutes. So numerically smaller number is room number 1. So the next patient will enter room number 1 and is going to take 25 minutes. Dr. Singh, being the 13th token number, the 13th patient, will enter room number 2 and is going to take 10 minutes. So for him, he enters at 9:50, but he will be out at 10. So he visited the clinic at 8:50. He was there until 1:10. So 1 hour 10 minutes, as in he was there until 10 o'clock. So that would mean that he was there for only 1 hour 10 minutes. So if we compare कि Monday or Wednesday में, we saw that on Monday he was there for 1 hour and 15 minutes. On Wednesday he was there for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Should we go ahead and check Friday? We shouldn't, right? Because definitely it's not same duration on all the 3 days. Monday and Wednesday में we can see that it's not Wednesday, right? So it's going to be Monday or Friday. तो Friday check करना पड़ेगा. Should we check? So for that, let's look at the pattern. The pattern over here being that we start with Kane. So the first 3, so let's use a different color. So the first 3 consultations won't change, as in sequence change हो जाएगा, पर होगा यही, right? 25, 10 and 15 will rearrange. Then after that is done, 10 वाला जो है, that will go. So this is your third room number. Then our first room number enters. So this was room number 1 with 15 minutes. Then room number 2 with 25 minutes and room number 3 with 10 minutes. Room number 3 gets vacant first, then room number 1. So फिर से room number 3, which is 10 minutes, 30, 25. 25 is room number 2, 25 minutes. Then room number 1 and 3 both are simultaneously going to be free. So we'll have 1 and we will have 3. Okay. So this is 140. Again room number 3, 10 minutes. Then we will have room number 30, 40, 50 पे. Not 50, 45. For 45 we will have first with 15 minutes. 50 पे we will have room number 2 and 3 both vacant. Room number 2 पे 25 जाएगा, room number 3 पे 10 जाएगा. So it will be the same thing. On Friday also, Mr. Singh is going to take 1 hour 10 minutes because he enters room number 3. Doesn't matter the room number actually. He gets consultation with Dr. Ben, who's going to take 10 minutes. And since he enters at 9:50 there, he'll be there for 10 minutes until 10. So he's going to take 1 hour 10 minutes. So Wednesday and Friday being the same, Monday is going to be the highest. We had to check this because maybe Friday was 1 hour 15 minutes. Who knows? Isn't it? Yeah, Angela, I think so. We did. So third ka A. Okay, next problem. On a slow Thursday, only 2 patients are waiting at 9 a.m. After that, 2 patients keep arriving at exact 15-minute interval starting at 9:15 a.m. So 9:15 पे 2 patients, 9:30 पे 2 patients. Then the total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free is going to be. So if you're talking about Thursday, so if there are 2 patients, and if we talk about Dr. Wayne, Dr. Bain, and Dr. Kane. So patient number 1 enters Dr. Wayne. Patient number 2 enters Dr. Bain. Right? This patient is going to be there for 25 minutes. This patient is going to be there for 10 minutes. Or Dr. Kane is free. Right? Dr. Wayne is there busy for the entire 25 minutes. Now, this was the first 15 minutes. In the next 15 minutes, what will happen is, ठीक है, मैं इसको ना ऐसे कर देता हूँ. Suppose this is a total duration of 2.5 hours with 50 minutes ka break. So this is 9 to 9:15, 9:15 to 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11, 11:15, 11:30. Okay, 15 minutes. Each segment denotes 15 minutes. So if we talk about Dr. Wayne, he is going to be there for almost half an hour, 5 minutes come. And Dr. Ben is going to be there for 10 minutes. Dr. Kane is free. Then 2 patients arrive. He's going to be there for 10 minutes. No? So 10 minutes kuch aisa hoga. Then when 2 patients arrive in the next 15 minutes, Dr. Ben will pick up the next patient for 10 minutes and Dr. Kane will take this entire 15 minutes. So when Wayne and Ben were busy, Ken was free. And when Ben and Ken are busy, or let's say when Ken is busy, Wayne and Ben are free. So not enough. उसके बाद क्या होगा? All 3 are simultaneously going to be free. Wayne is going to be busy for the next 25 minutes. Dr. Ben is going to be busy for the next 10 minutes. And Ken के पास patient ही नहीं है because simultaneously only 2 patients visit. Then 50 minutes later, what will happen? Dr. Ben will have a patient to attend and Dr. Ken will have entire 15 minutes of patient to attend. So if you pay attention here, you will realize that this is a pattern that keeps on repeating. जहाँ पर कोई free नहीं है. So the question is asking us, what is the total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free? The answer is never. They will never be free, right? Because patients keep on visiting them after every 15 minutes or 15 minutes में तो either Dr. Wayne or Dr. Kane, they are busy. So answer is going to be D. Okay, another set. So I'll have to hide myself. 7 candidates A, B, C, D, E, F and G were invited to interview for a position. Candidates were required to reach the venue before 8 a.m. Immediately upon arrival, they were sent to one of the 3 interview rooms, 101, 102 and 103. The following venue log shows the arrival times for these candidates. Some of the names have not been recorded in the log and have been marked as question mark. So you can see time is 7, 10 and 15. They are already ordered. When we talk about person, we have Akil, comma, question mark. So that means 2 people arrived at 7:10. 1 person at 7:15, 1 at 7:25, Chitra at 7:30, Fatima at 7:40 and somebody at 7:45. There are 7 candidates. So if we count the number of candidates here, these are 4, 5, 6 and 7. ये पूरा complete होता है. So there is nobody missing here. There is no question mark missing here. Additionally, here are some statements from these candidates. Balram says, I was the 3rd person to enter room 101. Chitra says, I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to. Irina says, I was the only person in the room I was allotted to. Fatima says, 3 people including Akil were already in the room that I was allotted to when I entered it. And Ganeshan says, I was one among the 2 candidates allotted to room 102. So if you pay attention to, how many people are there in each of the rooms. So we have these 3 rooms, 101, 102, 103. Irina says, वो अकेली थी उस रूम में, जिस रूम में भी गई. So one of these 3 rooms, there is going to be a sole person who is going to be Irina. Okay. Ganeshan says, I was one among the 2 candidates allotted room number 102. So in room number 102, 2 लोग हैं. Okay. And between 101 and 103, there is one of the rooms जहाँ पर Irina will go alone. So that means if you read the Balram statement, I was the 3rd person to enter room 101. That would mean that Irina was alone in 103. Right? Okay. So in room 101, we have Balram. In room 102, we have Ganeshan. In room 103, we have got Elena alone. अब Ganeshan के साथ कौन है और Balram के साथ कौन है? It is given that he is among the 2 candidates. So in 103 में 1 candidate is there. In 102 में 2 candidates are there. In 101 में remaining 4 candidates. ये 4 होंगे. Balram is the 3rd person to enter. Chitra says, I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to. and Chitra enters the room in first, second, third, fourth, fifth. चित्रा अगर फिफ्थ पे एंटर करती है तो मे बी चित्रा इज दिस गुड, बिल्कुल पॉसिबल है, isn't it? Okay. Next it says Fatima says 3 people including Akhil were already in the room that I was allotted to. So Fatima is actually in room 101 because that's the only place where you can have 3 or more people. So फातिमा बोल रही है कि जब मैं एंटर करी थी तो 3 लोग ऑलरेडी थे, and in room 101 there are 4 people, so that means Fatima is the last person here. If Fatima is the last person and Chitra says she was the last person to enter her room, so that means Ganeshan entered first and Chitra entered last in room number 102. Between Fatima, when in Fatima's room, she says Akhil was already present. So when did Akhil come? He was in the first person. Second person कौन था? वो हमारे पास एक ही बंदा बच गया, which is Divya is left. So we have ADBF in this sequence. So A is already there. When did D arrive? 7:10, 7:15? हमें नहीं पता. When did B arrive? 7:10, 7:15, 7:25? No idea. When did G arrive? No idea. क्योंकि चित्रा blocks the entry. ऐसे देख लो आप. When Chitra enters, the room is closed now. Room number 102. So, but one thing is for sure कि before Chitra, G should be there. And between Akhil and Fatima, we also need to have B and D here. 3 लोग missing है and 3 people are required. That means this girl, Erina, was obviously she arrived at the end. Isn't it? So we had to understand first of all in each room how many people entered, how many candidates. After that, looking at what each person said, we were able to allocate them their corresponding rooms. We know exactly किस room में कौन कौन है, but what is the sequence of their entrance, that is not known. Okay, so we will redraw this table with 7:10 पे 2 लोग रख लेते, ठीक है, and let's try to fill this. So room number 101 में लोग हैं, 102 में है and 103 में. In 103 we have got E alone, so there is only 1 person. In room number 102 there are 2 people. Ganesh enters first, then Chitra. In room number 101 we have 4 people, Akhil, and then we will have Divya, then we will have Balram, and then we will have Fatima. So Akhil is in room number 101, Chitra is in room number 102, Fatima is in room number 101. The last person, or not the last person, it's not given the last person, but E cannot come in the front. So we will have Erina, and she is in room number 103. Okay. Now, if we talk about the 3 people here, they are going to be from Divya, Balram, and Fatima to hai, Ganeshan, right? And Divya and Balram are going to be from room number 101, while Ganeshan is going to be from room number 102. In which order? No idea. ठीक है, एक चीज पता होना चाहिए that Balram says he was the 3rd person to enter room 101. So Balram will definitely enter after Divya. So you cannot have this sequence because when Balram enters, Balram is the second guy. Balram says he was the 3rd person. So Balram जो है वो दिव्या के बाद आएगा. So we'll be writing D, and to the right of him, immediate right या एक छोड़कर, we don't know, Balram will be there. For Ganeshan, there is no such condition, and Divya name is not here, right? Let's look at the question. What best can be said about the room to which Divya was allotted? So we know that Divya was allotted. Suppose Divya is allotted room number अच्छा रूम नंबर पूछ रहे हैं ना, टाइमिंग नहीं है. So Divya has definitely was Divya definitely was allotted room number 101, right? हाँ टाइमिंग होता तो we would have cases. Okay. Next is who else was in room 1 or 2 when Ganeshan entered? When Ganeshan enters here, nobody was there. Ganeshan and Chitra are the only two people. Chitra का already पता है कि वो बाद में आई है. So there was no one when Ganeshan entered. When did Erina reach the venue? Erina reached the venue at 7:45, right? If Ganeshan entered the venue before Divya, so the only possibility we will have is Ganeshan, Divya, and then Balram, because Balram says he was the third person to enter room number 101 and Ganeshan at 102. And Ganeshan says I was one of the two candidates, right? So Ganeshan का यहाँ कोई काम नहीं है. As in his timing doesn't matter. The question is when did Balram enter the venue? Balram enters the venue at 7:25 a.m. So yeah, good everyone. So I hope the second set was might be a new one for some of you. People who have already written previous year CAT questions, solved them. Obviously, you'll find them repetitive. The first set we have already done before, I believe at least twice in the last 1 year. Right? How the way Angela pointed it out, I do clearly remember. Yes, we did. Okay. So people who are new to BYJU'S exam prep, you can download our app, and on the dashboard on the home page, you can enter your contact number and you can unlock 3 days free trial access to the app. Please everyone, do not forget that coming Sunday, 15th of October, there is going to be a CAT marathon. Okay, the timing is 1 p.m. So everyone, please be there. Please make sure that you are available there. Okay, make sure that you turn on the notification, press on that bell icon. Okay, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. We will be fully utilizing those 4 hours of marathon session. Okay, and anyone who is writing NMAT, which I believe most of you all are, we have started our CAT 2023 crash course for NMAT. So make sure that you attend these sessions. These sessions are going to start from 23rd of October, right? 7 p.m. onwards. And All India Open Mock CAT, the next one is going to begin from 27th October and it will get over by 5th November. So that is not exactly, okay. Yeah, that's not exactly 10 days window. Okay, so everyone, please make sure that you register for this. It will help you strategize your D-Day preparation. It will help you understand where you stand pan India. You get your video solutions for each question. You will get to know your strengths and weaknesses. So all of these are going to be very beneficial. So do not miss out in this mock. And people who are targeting this year's CAT can enroll in our CAT 2023 test series program. These are all the giveaways, starting with 10,000 practice questions, more than 80 mocks, with 25 CAT and more than 55 non-CAT. And all 3 All India Open Mock videos along with video solutions. Okay. Meet our CAT 2022 toppers. You can be one among them. All you have to do is keep in the loop, keep yourself in the loop, keep attending the sessions, and keep preparation, do the revision properly. Okay, do not forget to check out our social media handles. You can join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. Thank you everyone. I'll just go through the chat if people have asked any queries. Yeah, Sonali, second set was easy. Yes, Angela, we have 100 most expected and 5 more expected or series continue rahega na sir. हाँ Chandu, it will be there. That series will continue. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you guys again.